हेलो एवरीवन एंड वेलकम टू अनदर पॉडकास्ट इन टॉक विद रिश। सो आज का पॉडकास्ट बहुत ज़्यादा स्पेशल है। आज के जो हमारे गेस्ट हैं वो बहुत ज़्यादा स्पेशल हैं एंड टू बी वेरी ऑनेस्ट इस पॉडकास्ट में जितनी भी बातें हुई हैं दैट इज़ वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर एवरी डिज़ाइनर एज वेल एज जो डिज़ाइनर बनना चाहते हैं उनके लिए भी। सो द डिज़ाइनर एंड द गेस्ट which I invite in this podcast is Ramu. He is from National Institute of Design. He is a game designer and absolutely fantastic person. So I really believe कि आपको ये podcast से बहुत सारी चीज़ें सीखने मिले. And without wasting any further time, let's start the podcast. Welcome to Talk with Rish.
Hello, Rish.
How are you?
I'm doing really interesting. I think that would be.
Are you excited, nervous?
I'm really wow. Like, I don't know what to say. So I'm excited actually.
Okay. So for my audience, can you please give a little intro of yourself?
Little, okay. So my name is Ramu. I'm doing masters here in NID with Rish. No, like we are in different disciplines though. So I'm in DGD, digital game designing. And then what else? Yeah, that's currently for past.
You are in digital game designing, right?
Oh, thank you.
It's a really interesting stream to be in. And अभी pastly India में इतना ज़्यादा revolution हुआ है towards the game. Like for an example, COVID से पहले का scenario and अभी के scenario is totally different. Yeah. Right. So how can you get to know that okay, I'm going to be a game designer?
Okay, so I think game as just a concept, I used to just love it. I think I see game in everything. It's not just me. I'm gonna say like that. But, I feel like it's fun. Like I think waking up, it's like oh I'm alive. Like yes, I won my life for that day. So I think everything has its own gamified way of seeing it, and when you just see that, I think everything is just fun. And when life becomes really complicated, I think this the you kind of like forgets the fact that it's supposed to be really fun as well. Like you're supposed to have that element of play in your life, and when it comes, it's just yeah, everything is fun then. Yeah, I hope like it makes sense. There was so many fun stuff.
Yeah. Okay, so if we are talking about fun and games, so game actually have a lot of nostalgic memories of any childhood, whatever, like they are born in 80s, 90s, or today's child also. The all children can relate and they have a specific corner, soft corner in their heart for a specific game.
Yeah.
So I really want to know which game is your favorite and why?
Oh, it's so funny because the way that you're like, oh, which child has like this soft. Mine is actually God of War, but then just kind of like so bloody. But I think God of War. It's really funny because I think I personally like to learn more stuff, and especially when it comes to mythology and stuff like that. God of War was the one only first game which really gave me the kind of understanding on like how you can actually take a mythology and then make into something really playable. Like they converted it into that stuff, the narrative part and everything, and that was like wow, like that was the first ever. Yeah, oh shit, yeah, that was the time I really understand. Like, damn, the game is amazing. Like this concept of game, like digital game, is great. Like you get something really normal, like it's which is out there. You take that, you personalize it, like you nuke it a bit, like you take that and you see it like in your own way, and then you make something out, and then that's amazing. God of War is like this. There is this character. I think like it's a long story kind of a thing where I think people who have like played it know Kratos. Yes. So yeah, God of War is a game. If you were gonna ask me which game it is,
it's really nice, yeah. Even I am a very big fan of God of War. To be very honest,
son,
boy. But in my childhood, I used to play two very amazing games. First is Mario, of course, and second is Duck Hunt.
Oh.
If you remember, like Duck Hunt. I really love those games.
And if you guys also love the same games, please comment below. And we really want to know कि कितने लोगों को वो game पसंद है.
Yes. Did anyone play this game though? This thing called Plan vs Zombies.
Oh, I played it. I played it. I really want to know your journey from the starting, like from your school. What type of personality you was, and how the game actually changed your personality, what you are right now.
Hmm. Wow, school days, interesting. Dark memories. I don't want to go there. But I feel, yeah, I don't like my school days actually. It was really, it was bad. I think I was this one kid who was never good at studies,
Okay.
who is bad at writing, reading, everything, basic stuff. Still I am. But, but I think see, I think there is this a lot of conditioning thing that we actually face right through society thing, and me being a kid not being good at this kind of like so-called fundamental thing that we call stuff. I always find it really hard for me to like be a part of the social institutions and stuff, especially school. That was not something that I was okay with. Like in the sense,
Okay.
I never felt I was getting connected with anything honestly. I go there, I'm like, oh, trees. Ooh. Yeah, the only one thing that I remember from my school days is that we used to have this one big tree.
Okay.
Not one big tree, we used to have like this row of trees behind this classroom, and then I used to go there alone, and my mom was a teacher as well, so I was there. Like I used to have like, I need to stay there after like last time as well. I used to go there, I used to climb these trees, and I will be like just looking the view, just the wind. And I think that was amazing. I think I learned something in that kind of a way rather than being from textbooks and stuff. That was just suffering though. Thank you. Thanks. So I think until 10th it was bad. Max, oh my god. I don't know. See, I think I was someone who was really interested in. I really love history. Like that's cool. And thanks to this one teacher called Lauji, and then Lauji was like, I think it's just because of her, I kind of like understand. Oh, I can learn and I can get mark as well. And especially, I think history is just so brilliant narrative stuff, right? Because most of the thing is not true. It's just narrative brilliance there. I'm just saying, I don't know. Okay, I'm just saying. Okay, so, I feel this is my personal perspective. Okay, it's not like that's a thing. Okay, so I feel like in that time I really like this narrative stuff in history. It's so brilliant. Like it's so beautiful. There is so much of stuff happening. I think the one historical thing and cities that really influenced me was Mohenjo-daro, the Harappan Indus Valley civilization.
Right.
When I was just getting new information about Mohenjo-daro, the Great Bath, the way they used to have their entire, sewage system and stuff, it blew my mind. And I'm like, when I'm getting new information, the narrative is getting good. I'm getting a good picture of the entire plot, the way they work, the way their trade system and everything works. So I think, yeah, after 10th, I took humanities, and that really made me feel like, oh, I can do stuff. I can understand. I can learn. Like, oh, I'm not dumb anymore. Like until 10th, it was just me. I myself called myself like a dumb person. But then after that, I was like, oh, I can learn. You know? I'm good. I'm like, okay, I'm not stupid. So that happened. And then after plus two, I took fine arts.
Okay.
And then branch applied arts, which I really like.
What is the difference between fine arts and applied arts?
It's basically a fine arts is like a brand, like an umbrella name.
Okay.
And then applied arts, sculpture, painting, and stuff comes under. So I'm from Kerala. So like in Kerala, we usually have like three main different branches there. It's basically sculpture, painting, and then applied art. So yeah, that's it. So I took applied art because my father is a graphic designer as well. He was like, oh, graphics kar do. And I was like, I don't like it. I genuinely don't. It's not like I don't like it. I think phone doesn't like me. Oh, yeah. No, I'm being really serious. I can't do it. Okay, I play something and I'm like, this is odd. This is bad. I know it's bad. Can I do anything about it? No. Is it gonna be better if I do anything about it? No. So no.
There's a theory where the theory actually is something like कि जो बहुत ज़्यादा creative होते हैं, they have kind of flaws in their spellings, in the font, in the typography.
It's not kind of flaws, it's flaws.
Like for an example, like maximum people which I met who are designers, they're really bad at spellings.
I'm so happy.
Really bad at spellings, like the minute spellings, and I'm one of them also.
Yes.
So I really don't know why, but it's kind of a fact because our brain actually work like that.
Yeah.
Right, we interpret it, we go to the details, we come back, we have a very peripheral vision, and we are focusing on multiple things in one go, and we forgot that okay, there's a font, there is a text, there is something which we really need to write.
Yeah.
Kind of a thing.
But you know what? Where I do feel bad is that like we are supposed to have this thought from the beginning, but we are not. We are being brought up and we are growing with this sense of like, oh, we don't know. We are not going to be able to like be anything in society because we are not so-called like being good in their fundamental stuff itself. And it takes this journey of a person to actually come to this position and say like, hey, even though I am not good at this kind of stuff, there is the other stuff which I am actually good at.
Right.
I don't mind. And no one is perfect in the end of the day. And
True.
it's fine to be imperfect as well. But for me, what I feel is that there are so many kids out there in school still who are going through this struggle. And dude, if I see my younger version and if I go and they say like, oh, you got into NID and like you're doing this kind of stuff, I don't really think that kid would be like, I'm saying I never had like this the confidence that we need, right? It's so important. And then somehow just because you're someone who doesn't know like how to properly write or like to read properly, like I can still do it, dude. It's not like I can't.
Right.
But the judgment that you get is too intense to a level. Like you forget everything. You forget your value. You never will have any kind of self. The respect that you need to give yourself. You will never have that. And I think that's something that we need to like really work on and like need to talk about as well. Like kids nowadays who doesn't do that kind of stuff, it's fine. Like understand what you're actually good at and then just do that. I'm not telling like if you put some effort into it, if you can make better, yeah, amazing. But then it's something that need to be coming from the kid, right? Like or the person.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. So
but I really feel that with the time, our system, our education, our perspective, as well as the new generation also adapting very different genres, right?
Yeah.
Even we are one of them.
Yes.
Right, like
The old ones.
but with the new genres. Yeah. So I believe like in the future also there will be a lot of opportunity for everyone where they can explore the real talent what they actually have from the very starting.
For sure.
And it is really great to see.
Yeah.
Because आखिर सब सचिन बनेंगे तो लता मंगेशकर कौन बनेगा, right? It's kind of that thought. But yeah, so when we're talking about the core interest, I really want you to help all the viewers who are really interested in gaming or interested in to become a gamer or to come for game designing. So what type of advice you are going to give to help them?
Game designing in the sense, okay, I just one doubt. Like, okay, it's not out. I'm just gonna. Okay, for me, I think personally, it's a personal opinion, by the way. It's not like this is the fact. No, it's not. It's my way of saying it. I feel like it would be really nice if you have a genuine passion, like you are gonna come, you're gonna like totally put your mind, and you kind of like it's say for me, I personally believe it's not about like game designing and anything. It's all about like you being a person as well. In the end of the day, okay, career wise, and then this is stream. Great, come if you have like a passion. Like if you're someone who really want to do something beyond the line of just gamification, like in the sense, yeah, that's interesting. That's really complicated to do as well. But I feel like experiment, like if you really feel like, hey, psychology is one thing that really excites me, just by thinking game as just like a product, is that it's insane when you think about it. Do you really understand, like that's the medium where like people actually do buy your stuff that you actually made. They are sitting for hours, like 20, like they're just sitting and they're playing the entire game, and this game is something that you made. So if you really understand the human psychology and how actually stuff works, you can make something so engaging to a level, it can actually change people's mind. Like there are so much different stuff. Like there are serious games, there are like games, simple games, casual and stuff like that. So if you really understand like how to really use the psychological part, narrative, and like not always narrative as well. Like there are other games as well, a lot of other games. I'm sorry, but I'm someone who's inclined to narrative, and yeah. So what was I saying, by the way? I have a bit of ADHD kind of a thing, so like, yeah, no. So yeah, what was my? Oh, I got it. Yeah. What is the thing that I'm supposed to tell to the kids who are gonna come for? Like, yeah, if you have a passion, if you really want to do experimental stuff, it not just experimental. Like, if you want to do normal stuff, it's fine too. But I'm just saying, like, this is a place where you want to come and see how you will get the base, you will get the fundamental, and then I think break. Yeah, sometimes just try to nuke a bit. Like, your personality is something that I would. This is my personal opinion. I would really respect to see in something that you do. For that thing, I would say, rather than saying anything, like even if it's game design, even if it's like retailer, anything, it's all about you. Like, as you being a person, if you are someone who really values a lot of stuff and your morals are something that's really valuable, in the sense of like as a universal concept, and it's actually showing off as well, it will actually genuinely show in what you're making as well.
True.
So if you consider everything that's living around you, if you have the notion of like just being there for other people and then understanding those emotions and like verifying it as well, it will come out in whatever the thing that you make. So I think whatever the stream, the first thing that you need to work on is yourself. Like, we need to understand ourselves. We need to be there for ourselves. Like, give some time, talk to yourself, figure out stuff. So
I really believe that it will help, to be honest. And I like in this conversation, I have two doubts. Okay, for the audience as well as for me.
Oh, glad that's too early. I don't know.
Only two doubts, major doubts. So first thing, a person really have that passion. How a person know that? First of all, because there are so many things like मैं मोटिवेट हुआ हूँ एंड आई डिड लाइक 2 महीने तक एकदम फाड़ दिया मैंने स्केचिंग किया सब कुछ किया ऑल ऑफ सडन इज लाइक करना भी है या नहीं राइट वन मोटिवेशन एक्चुअली ड्राइव यू this is one kind. Another is that a person who is really genuinely into it, he's not practicing a lot, but his brain is working continuously, right? But those both have potential. Then what is the actual meaning of interest in that? First question. Second question, I'm going to tell you after that.
Yeah. Wow. I think the first question itself was like, now I have one question, the question that you asked. I feel if you have a genuine interest, it will show. Like, in the sense, it will never feel like you're actually putting a lot of effort. In the sense, you will feel that too at some point, but it will never feel like you're pushing a lot. Like, it even might actually bring out like exhausting and stuff like that, but like, in the end of the day, when you're done with it, you will feel this, like this tremendous of joy in you. Like, and then this joy is coming in a phase where like you're actually enjoying it as well.
Right.
And you can see, oh, I have done so much of work. Still, I don't feel exhausted from deep inside. This is something that I'm so happy. Like, I made that. And I feel like this feel of like, wow, like I did that. Like, this is something that I made. I think that feel what really gives you this reward system of like, oh, that was genuine. Like, okay,
truly.
I didn't like try to pretend something out there. I didn't do this thing for someone else. I did that for me, and I think that's enough. Like that actually speaks a lot. Like, oh, that was genuine. Like that.
That's such really great advice and clarity for everyone.
Thank you.
Yeah, because like everyone want to become something, but sometimes they're actually forcing it and think that it's my passion. And after some time they get bored, they get frustrated. So you have to be what you are. You don't have to force anything.
I would just love to just say something. I think this is something that I always seen like people doing in the sense when someone is past 12th, there is this force, this tremendous force that you get from like entire society, your family, and everything.
Doctor, engineer,
engineer,
lawyer,
lawyer.
and fourth is maybe scientist or some high court judge. I don't know.
I don't know. Like it's just there are criteria. It's so
Huh.
weird. Like there are some random people come to home and they decide your career. They're like, yeah, you do this. This is good.
You know, Sharma ka ladki ka package laga hai because he is a mechanical engineer in IT. What? But I want to become a singer.
What? What? I can't do that. That would be problematic. Okay, so I feel yeah, but then that thing need to be changed. Like, please
Truly.
give the kids 1 year so that they can act. There is amazing amount of like technology nowadays available. Let them go. Let them check what are the things out there in the whole India or like out of India, or whatever it is, and like let them come to this point where like okay, this is something that I'm finding really interesting. You're gonna spend your 4 year of time after that. Losing 1 year, it's fine. But you know the funniest part, people are there out there who actually go, who do their 4 year course, they do their entire thing, and then they will sit in their home for like 2 3 years. And they're like, yeah, that's chill. But just before that, 1 year after +2, sit, you make a list, you filter it out, you also like, oh, okay, these are my interests and these are the things that I don't really want to at all. And these are things that I really want to. And then you sort, you go through college website, you go through the course system, you go through the curriculum, and then you decide like 1 year, it's fine. I'm like, dude, yeah, just chill. Like it's also fine. Like teach people to enjoy life as well, not like just put them in this thing of like, oh, this is how it's supposed to be as well. Like being pressure to. Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Second question.
Okay. I already forgot. Okay.
So when we are talking about the psychology,
Wow.
right? So when we are talking about the psychology, we heard a lot of news where game actually do negative impact on the user because of which there are some accident, there are some incident which is not good for the user as well. What are your takes in
That's like a really. Wow. Okay. So for me, my take, okay, it's personal perspective, perception, perspective on it, by the way. So I feel like anything in this world actually has these extremes, right? Like there are points that I feel like this is again coming to this character as well. Like I feel like it's you, dude. Like in the end of the day, it's not just something. Okay, there is so much of stuff which are like really addicted to us in this world, all around us. It's your choice whether you want to be in it or not. Okay, I get that point. Like when sometimes you talk about like game as a medium, the colors and stuff that we like the game uses and everything like that. That's really strong. The psychological part works in there as well. But in the end of the day, whenever you're getting addicted or something like that, I think it's just you. But then I can't literally say like that too, like, but there are so many factors else as well. But then, yeah, like if you feel like it's getting addiction, like if I'm getting addicted to it, there will be this. This is my. I am not someone who is really well thorough in psychology and stuff, so there might be like problem in this as well. But I don't know. But if you are actually there is a pattern when you get into like addictions and stuff, and then you really do feel it as well. There is a question that comes to you whether do you really want to do it? Like, are you actually gonna do it again? Like, for example, smoking and stuff. And then it is there in your mind, like whether you are going to do it or not. And then your mind says, yeah, it's still just do it again. It's fine. It's just you giving access to yourself, like, okay, it's okay to do that too. So I feel in the end of the day, it's you as a person. You need to have more control on you. I'm sorry, do yoga or something. I don't know. So this guy is really problematic. You better really think about being this president. Just think about it. Okay, whether you want to cut it or not, or like let it be there. Yeah.
I really like the perspective because at the end it's us.
Yeah.
If you really want to play beyond your extreme limits, everything is harmful.
Exactly, like it's everything, like in the sense. I'm just saying, like, dude, if something happens, the lose is for you only.
True.
So if you really like yourself, or if you really want to like improve you as a person, then it's your responsibility. It's not like anyone else. Like really have that thing in your mind. It's like no one is gonna come and like be there and like like, oh, I want you to improve and I will make you. No, no, no. And that's going to be really toxic actually if someone does that. So, like, what weirdo? One person randomly coming, I want you to improve.
Okay, the actually podcast is going really good. So let's move to the another round, which is rapid fire.
I hate you.
Okay, let me give you the rules. Okay, because you are a gamer, you know how to rule. So, so I'm going to ask you some questions. You have to give me the answer within 5 seconds. If you delay by 5 seconds, you have to give me the reason why you delay.
Ah.
Simple. Cool.
No.
Yeah. Okay. So here's the first question.
Okay.
There are so many genres in the games, right? Which one is your favorite?
Genres in the sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tick tick 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, no, go, stop.
5. Now you have to give me the reason also.
Because my mind wasn't bringing any answer. It's so easy. Okay, the reason is that only nothing is coming in my mind. Heavy story narrative games, dude. Like
heavy story narrative.
Yeah, not heavy. Like any story narrative game. Basically narrative games.
Narrative games.
Yeah.
Why you like narrative games?
Why is that so
Because you have to give me why now.
Yeah. Oh, why I narrative? Okay, yeah.
You are delayed by 5 seconds.
Oh, okay, thank you. Why I do like narrative games? The reason is that I really find a lot of connection in there, and then honestly, in narrative games and stuff, the transition, the way the entire narration goes, it requires a lot of understanding how it goes as well. Because there is this gameplay element, but then still there is narration as well. So the way they use the both elements are really interesting to see, how they actually to complement each other,
okay,
and how they are well placed at some time. So yeah, narrative game design I like.
Nice. Okay, what is your favorite theme?
I think this kind of questions really make my mind blank. This is like me in my 10th standard. Oh, what did you ask the theme? Blood, gore.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which is your favorite game character?
Oh, Kratos. That was easy.
Okay, and what's your game fantasies?
I'm really identified myself. Oh my god. Game fantasies.
Yeah. Oh.
Okay. Game fantasies. I want plants which actually do shoot peas from their mouth, like plants versus zombies.
What? I really want to know more about it. What
the Plant vs Zombies game, man? There are plants which actually shoot peas out of their mouth.
Okay.
Another word. But yeah, mouth. So I want plants like that.
So after that, I really want to know that in future, if you want to make a game,
oh yeah,
कैसा होगा वो?
It's gonna be really visually inclined. I want the narrative to be a part of it as well, but then I want something more immersive. I want to try how I can actually use my visual understanding to bring that kind of engagement.
Okay.
Through getting a support from narrative as well. So yeah, it's gonna be more of an immersion part. It's I really want to make something more of experimental stuff. So yeah, that's what it is.
Okay. You like to play games with joysticks or keyboards?
Joysticks.
Joysticks. Okay. So this is the end of rapid fire. I hope you like it.
Oh, it's the end of the rapid fire. Okay.
Yeah. Really, I'm curious about a personality like you, a very humble, very polite, very lovable, and very caring. If you want to create a character with the same personality, what type of game it will be?
Damn! Oh, that's a good narration. That's a good question for answer this. I like it. Okay. For me, when I'm making a character, how it's going to be, the character is. Okay, I think the character is going to be a dot.
What type of game it will be?
Yeah, I think dot is the start of everything, right?
Right. Right.
When you want to make any kind of art or any kind of line, whatever it is, like you're drawing, dot is always the start.
True.
So I would like to make something on like really mm, minimalistic, emotionally engaged. I don't know how much of engagement I can bring, but then there are things that I feel now at this moment, like game have this element where you can make people feel uh, different emotions in a really different way when you think about it. Like there are visuals which you engage with, and then there are narrative behind it which actually gives the support to it. And okay, that's really. I think it would be better if we take that. Like in the sense, I don't know like exactly how to actually say that. In the sense, there is this one game called Loneliness, and I'm really sorry that I don't know the name of the person who made it. It's basically really simple. It's basically an experimental game, by the way. It's just a dot that you take, and then when you like take the dot to the rest of the dot which is there in the screen, the other dots actually move. And how much you try, the dot is always alone. And see, that's an engagement that actually showing the feel of loneliness. Like how much you try, you will never reach another person, like another dot which is signifying another being or something like that. So it's really interesting how that feel was well executed there. So that's something that I really like, where I feel like we are just losing a lot of this kind of feelings right now in this modern world and stuff like that. We
But
just
to be very honest, a character like you, maybe it's just in my imagination. I can assume that the game is something where you are going to run from others because they're attracted towards you and you have to save yourself.
I was going and going. I was like, yeah, loneliness. Yeah. If I'm making character, but then still, I would actually try to be a character who would try to make other people feel some beautiful senses like this.
True.
Not loneliness. But then still, I feel like loneliness is a beautiful sense as well. For me, as a being a person, I I never feel lonely when I am alone, but I do feel lonely when I am actually with people. Maybe like I'm with people, like 10 people are there or something, and I can really feel like, oh, this is a really strong feel of loneliness. But I'm when alone in my room. That's beautiful. I never feel like, oh, I'm alone, or like I never feel like, oh, I'm just one person. No, that's never there. But when you're with people who you can't gel, or like maybe like ideologically and stuff, then you really do feel the intensity of like oh, loneliness, that sense. Yeah, I think, yeah, I want to like really, oh, really interesting, right?
Yeah. Anything you want to tell to my audience so that they can improve in their game designing?
Yeah, I think improving your game designing. Wow. I think just be a better person, man. I think in the end of the day, that really matters, and that really will show in whatever the thing that you're actually making as well. Like just see the world more openly, uh, have the mind to change, because that is a beautiful constant stuff as well. And then yeah, just see, learn, and then make.
It's a really great advice. So, guys, I'm going to put Ramu's portfolio as well as LinkedIn handle. So, please connect. And मेरे को तो बहुत मजा आया podcast में. It's a really nice podcast.
वाओ आई रियली बिलीव कि आप लोगों को ये पॉडकास्ट बहुत पसंद आया होगा. या टू बी ऑनेस्ट मुझे बहुत मज़ा आया रामू से बात करके. इतनी सारी इंसाइट्स निकल के आई हैं, इतनी सारी अच्छी चीज़ें निकल के आई हैं फॉर द डिज़ाइनर, फॉर नॉन डिज़ाइनर, फॉर दोज हु आर इन 12th. एंड आई रियली विश कि आप लोगों को बहुत मज़ा आया हो. एंड आखिर आपको लगता है कि कंटेंट बहुत अच्छा था एंड किसी की हेल्प कर सकता है तो प्लीज़ शेयर करो यार. सो do share, do follow, do subscribe, do like, whatever you want to do, just do. And फिर मिलते हैं in next podcast. Bye bye.